Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, everyone, here we are after market close on Tuesday, August 17th. We're going to take a look at ATER. ATER is not something I've been super familiar with, but it was requested, and I do jot down all of the requests and take a look at them if and when I can. So keep that in mind if you yourself would like to make any requests. Now, ATER has gone through this catastrophic drop since mid-February. It topped out at nearly $50. And now today it's sitting at $3.63, having hit a low of $3.41. So just an absolutely insane drop over the course of this year. Now, a couple of other things as headwinds with ATER. You see the headline here with Yahoo Finance. Analysts just shaved their Aterian Inc. forecast dramatically, and basically the gist is the consensus price target fell 75% to $9.30, which, if you could actually ride a wave from $3.63 to $9.30, I think most folks would take that trade. But as we all know, just because an analyst or analysts have a consensus price target of whatever, it does not mean in any way, shape, or form that the stock can actually get there, much less get there in any reasonable time frame. And being able to undo to any degree the dramatic shift or dramatic sell-off that has happened with ATER and get any sustained bullish momentum going is a question unto itself. Can that even take place, just given what it's had to endure? Now, a couple of other things that we see here from Ortex, we see the short sellers here being in quite heavily, 21.07% of the free float being shorted as of today per Ortex's estimate. That is, they have come down a little bit, but we know that these things can come and go, and we know often that short sellers will sell out a position, lock in profit, and then just jump back in relatively quickly. So, we could see that change pretty significantly again tomorrow. That said, even though they're in quite heavily, the utilization still leaves plenty of room for additional shares to be borrowed and short sold into the market. This is by no means close enough to 100 to dissuade additional borrowing and selling at a rapid pace. The only thing that's a slight glimmer of hope in my eyes is this cost to borrow, but I mean, even this is not that much of a disincentive for short sellers. For this to really disincentivize the short sellers from borrowing because they're having to pay a really, really high fee, I would look for this to be at least in the 40s, if not in the high, nearing 100. So we often see stocks that are under quite a bit of short pressure, and they have a cost to borrow of something like 1 point something, 2 point something. So this is better than that, but it's going to have to probably 5 to 10x in order to actually dissuade rapid or additional short interest from coming in, based on there being a decent amount that can be borrowed out still. So I don't know, maybe they'll lock up shop and go home and be happy with the gains that they've made, but that's not always the case. Now, trying to plot a course on the chart is going to be a little bit challenging. We're going to have to go back quite far to take a look at where we previously had any sort of price activity from, say, $3 up to $4, $5, $6. So if we scroll back here to try to lay the groundwork on the low end, first we see $1.42. So it's 3/23 of 2020, and we all know what was going on at that point. So if we use our chart to draw in some previous supply and demand zones, now what I'm looking for here are areas that encompass both previous support and resistance. And you see here support here, which was previous resistance over here, resistance here, support here. So this zone could be quite strong. I don't know if it'll come down all the way to 214.9. If it needs it, then that could be a support zone there. If we come up a little bit here, these aren't incredibly strong zones, but $2.60 could lend some support. Now, if we want to come up a little closer to where the price action is, At the moment, $3.12. And I would take a look. Yeah, there's not. I mean, it was a very brief period where it was moving through this range, and it didn't repeat back through, which is unfortunate. If it had come back through again, that would have given a bunch of additional data points. But these are the ones that I would see to get started with if it's able to stabilize at all. I mean, at this point, it's gone through such catastrophic change. It's pretty hard to know when that will have any sign of relenting. But these are the initial price zones that I would have for it. It's sitting right on that this one price zone right now, so that would be its first best opportunity to establish support. But as we see, it keeps sort of trying to catch itself even here, and then it just loses that nearest support zone and falls back through. On the indicator side of things, we take a look at the MACD. Obviously bearish. It's been a long time since it's been bullish. I mean, this bullish momentum died down mid to early June. It was dying down, and then it just continued to fall quite a bit. That said, it's very, very low, meaning it's, minus 2.35 below minus, so it's below the baseline. So if it can catch any sign of bullish momentum, tailwinds, anything that gives it a lift of any sort, it does have plenty of room to run. But it seems to me that given sort of the consensus, the environment around ATER, it's going to need something really, really significant to come in and play a strong role with turning this around. But right now, yeah, the bearish momentum, seems to be maybe slightly, ever so slightly, peeling off, but as we know, that can head fake and it can just ramp back up pretty quickly. So something to keep an eye on. I mean, deep into oversold territory, but I don't think that even plays a factor at this point. And then the MAs, as you would imagine, in a fully bearish formation at the moment, these will add, if the price can even get there, these will add additional resistance levels as it comes up and sort of interacts with the 20, 50, and 200 MA. Like I said, if it can even get there, these will continue to drag down. So at some points, the price action may have an opportunity to establish over the 20 and see if that 20 can pick it up and carry it in any way, shape, or form. But good luck if you're in this one. There's definitely a lot of challenges and not a lot of bright spots that I see, at least from the chart and not from the data. But I don't know this one inside and out. Those are the only sort of two factors that I'm looking at the moment. But best of luck if you're in this one. I'm sure it's been a pretty challenging ride. All right, well, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.